and here is the video review for Age of Extinction Autobot Drift. Now, Drift was once a Decepticon, and we saw him in his helicopter form, which I'm assuming is his Decepticon form, even though the packaging says Autobot Drift, but I guess we'll see in the movie. Here is his Deluxe. He is a Bugatti Veyron, and a very slick one at that. The car mode is really sleek, and I really like it. And maybe the best of the Deluxe cars so far, both in terms of storage and weapons and just transformation and everything. It's a really nice looking vehicle mode with the dark blue vehicle mode. There's a black printed tampoed Autobot symbol. It's very hard to see on the dark blue, which I kind of like. I like that it's there, but it's subtle. And then some nice metallic blue highlights down along the edges and around the vent here on the front. Some silver paint there. You can see two of his swords do store underneath the vehicle. The other two are up here in the windshield. So yeah, just a quick size comparison. We're going to, since I have two Evasion Mode Optimuses with me tonight, he will be our comparison. But there's just a quick look at how he compares to Evasion Mode Op in Vehicle Mode, just to get an idea of about how big he is. So yeah. Now the transformation is fairly simple. You're going to pop his swords off here. Pop these side panels of the door open. Flip them up like that. And up down here. Split the legs. Pull this whole panel. This whole panel here just comes up. The whole top of the car comes up. And then we'll rotate that around in a minute. Flip the feet down here. Don't get this caught. Flip that up. And then these panels rotate back a little bit, and then this panel folds in. So it just kind of folds in there behind his leg. Just rotates enough to fold that little panel into there. The arms come out, and the shoulders actually come out and down a little bit. And once you pull those out, that allows the whole hood to flip down, which brings his head up and can finish flipping up the rest of the way. These fold up on the arms. He does have some nice little swivels and then a little ratcheting joint here at the elbow. And he does have his wrists do move a little bit in and out as well. It's not a hinge. It's not a complete. So it actually is a hinge. It's not a swivel, is what I meant to say. It just kind of moves in and out like that on his hand. Now the whole backpack rotates around. You can fold this up into here like this, and then this panel folds down onto the back like that. Now, when you do this, you can store his swords. His daggers can stay right there, and his swords can store back through here. So he can store all of his weapons in robot mode, if you wish. And you can store them facing down like that, or if you want, you can flip them around so they're pointing up. And some pictures have him with the swords pointing up as kind of a design on his back. But he's got the two long swords, and he's got two small daggers that hide inside there as well. And the back kibble, you can rotate it and put it however you want. If you don't want to store the swords and you want to hide the headlights a little bit, you can turn it around and fold it up so the headlights are there. But then they just sit behind his waist. Maybe not quite as obvious with the arms in front, but I think I do like it better like this, just because it does give a little bit more definition to where his arms are. And he's got some cool samurai plate armor down here on his thighs. The head's on a ball joint, which is nice. His downward movement is a little limited by his goatee and the chest. But, oh well. Double swivels at the elbow. Again, that swivel and ratchet joint at the arm and the wrist. Universal joint at the hip. Does have a thigh swivel, hinge knee. And there's a little bit of ankle movement here. Not so much back, but a little bit forward. And his toe itself does have a little bit of give to it as well. It's pinned in there. I don't know why that... It's really weird. There's not part of the transformation here, but he's actually got a pin holding his foot on, and that gives him a little bit of wobbly there. Interesting. Huh. Now on mine, this ankle joint is much tighter than this one. This one's a little loose, but the other one's certainly tight enough to support him. But there is a little bit of a loose joint issue there on him. And again, he can hold any combination of his weapons that you want him to. Big sword, little sword, however you want. And like I said, the others do store on his back when not in use, which is nice. You can store them anyway. If you want to put a big sword and a little sword back here, that's fine too. But so yeah, you can store all his weapons. He's not a bad little figure. Like I said, I think he may be the best of the Deluxe cars, and I really like Bumblebee. So Also, like his samurai pads, his shoulder pads, it really kind of feel. He gives me a little bit of an Alternity Megatron feel. the way those panels come up on his shoulders. So yeah. And like I said, since we have 2 evasion mode ops here, there's a quick size comparison with him with Voyager mode Optimus. Just to give you an idea about how tall he is. So yeah, I think he probably is the best of the Wave 2 Deluxes that are out so far, being him, Strafe, and Slash. I like the 2 Dinobots. I'm glad to have the whole Dinobot team so far together, but Drift is really... I mean, I haven't seen Lockdown yet, so I can't rate him. He'll be coming in like a revision case of Wave 2. But of the 3 that you can get right now, I do think Drift is the best of the 3 Deluxes, and possibly the best of the 3 Deluxe Autobot cars overall. He's not my favorite figure in the line. I think Evasion Mode Optimus and Scorn are both much higher up in the rankings. But Drift ain't bad. And there you go. There is Bugatti Veyron Samurai Drift.